Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Phillip Rivers and the Dallas Cowboys versus Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now Jones. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Sanders first carry of the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 18 carries, 68 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for Zach Ertz.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Number 20, Tony Pollard, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 36, Rivers. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They're going with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Philip Lindsey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So this drive's off by a Phillip Lindsay touchdown run.
Eagles nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
At their own.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Brian Burns in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He's able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17.
Sanders, the Eagles.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Cowboys 14, Eagles 7.
Second down at 5. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. And Jeffrey's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on first and 10. And they go jet sweep. Here's Sanu. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Wide receiver, the ball.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Brought him down. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
It's a second down run with Sanders.
47-yard line.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
42-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
5-yard gain on the
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside.
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
fumble on the play.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's
I am.
Miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Cowboys.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Rivers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
34-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Rivers pass intercepted by the Eagles.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on second change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Shotgun now for Wentz. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Wentz now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Wentz again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Jake Elliott to kick
This
off.
one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. He's got it at the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
56. 180. Right there. 56. Big stop, G. Big stop.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, it's Rivers. That's caught at the 3. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Lindsey on the toss left. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Phillip Lindsay in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A final shot before half for Wentz. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this carries into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Another run by Lindsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
And 6 at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
Complete.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
He was brought down.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 21. So that one will be accepted. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the grab with Lindsey. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The rookie CeeDee Lamb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and...
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Darren Lee on the tackle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Working from the gun. Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's got Sanu. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
4-yard loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
11-yard line.
Now And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down by a field goal, just under 2 minutes to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rivers to throw this time. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rivers. And that will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Coming to you, coming to you. 4 seconds to mark. Keep it skinny. Check, 1 second. Let him know.
4th down, Rivers. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 78 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard.
So now it's the Eagles' turn, trailing by 4. 1:14 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Finding Ertz again. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. That's complete to Jeffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Cowboys, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.